Hi everyone, my name is Jada. I am, was supposed to be a senior this year in college, but I actually changed my major this semester to elementary education. I recently switched from the business department, which I know sounds like a crazy jump, and it did to me too. But it's a really funny story of how I got here. A little bit of background about me is I went to a pretty large, I would say, high school, public high school. About 400 people graduated in my class. That's large to me, I don't know. I went to Ragsdale. If you're in the area, or Jamestown area, you might know where that is. And I was a pretty good student. I got good grades. I was always showing up to class, good relationships with my teachers, just kind of the overall good student. Um, I thought that I wanted to be a nurse. It kind of just made the most sense for me at the time. So I took like the health and science classes, um, the clinicals, and I actually went to UNC Wilmington when I graduated. I really wanted to go to their nursing department or their nursing school because it was just a really good school, a really good nursing school in the state. So I was really excited. When I got there, though, I realized that it just was not for me for a number of reasons that I could get into for hours. But I transferred to GTCC and I tried out the radiography program. Didn't really like that either. Transferred to UNCG that following year, and I kind of just panicked and picked business because I was so stressed out that I didn't have it figured out still. I had been in school for so long, tried so many things, it felt like, that I just panicked and picked something different. And 2 years into that, I realized that that wasn't for me either. So that's kind of like the shortened version of how I ended up in education. Needless to say, though, very excited for what this new path has in store for me and kind of what that looks like. I always wanted to be a teacher, and I don't know why I just didn't follow that to begin with, but all that matters is that we're here now, and I'm very excited. Some seen and unseen examples that I picked in the school systems are, I'll start with the seen. Is the obvious reward system for getting good grades. They teach you the importance behind good grades because if you put the work in, the grades equal getting into a good school, a good education, for a good paying job, etc. So we can kind of see that direct correlation of putting in the work and putting in the good grades. For the unseen, I picked that we don't see a lot of the times the students that don't really know which direction they want to go. This kind of resonates a little bit more with my experience. Not really knowing who they are. I think a lot of the times it's easy to overlook the pressure that we put on these new adults to kind of pick where they want to be for the rest of their life. That's a huge decision to make. And a lot of the times we don't see this problem because they can be the students turning in the good papers, getting the grades, showing up, participating. So sometimes it's really hard to see in students, and especially if they feel like they can't voice these concerns because everybody else seems to have it figured out. So those were my examples of the seen and unseen. I had a great time sharing my experience with all of you, and I can't wait to read some or watch some and reply to some of your guys's too. Bye, everyone.